Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, because as you can see before you on your screen, Bitcoin has finally heard our pleas of not having anything to talk about in the cryptocurrency market for the last 3 months and decided to do something, we'll call it interesting. As you can see, Bitcoin is trading around $4,377 on exchange, on Coinbase's exchange in particular. After completing this bearish pennant right here and continuing even further south, we've been trending downwards very, very rapidly over the last 48 hours. But even though this looks very, very bearish, it actually reminds me of a piece of market history. If we go back in time to when Bitcoin first ran down to $6,000, this piece of market right now feels very, very similar to that, because what we saw when Bitcoin was collapsing all the way down to $6,000 is that Bitcoin was running very, very quickly on a downtrend, losing a lot of valuation. And if we look at CoinMarketCap, we can see a lot of cryptos are losing a lot of valuation. We were seeing this kind of capitulation. We saw one here at the beginning of the bull market, and I'm starting to think that this is what we're seeing here. Now, I've discounted the need for a capitulation phase in the past, but it seems like that may be what's happening anyway. So in today's video, we're going to discuss whether or not this is the final capitulation that Bitcoin is seeing and perhaps needed to see before the bear market could be pronounced well and truly over. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. And if you're wondering why the video is up so early for the first time in a while, I have no idea, but my internet is actually working for some reason, so I guess I don't need that new router. Anyway, Bitcoin is trading just under $4,400 on Bitcoin, on Coinbase. Bitcoin is trading under $4,400 on Bitcoin. No, but we've seen a tiny little bounce here in the last 4 hours. Nothing to really write home about yet, guys, and this is why I haven't really called a bottom for Bitcoin. I never really called $5,000 for a bottom. I didn't really think it was going to hold with how quickly we were moving, and I'm also not going to call $4,000 as a permanent bottom, nor am I going to call the current bottom when we're talking right now $4,200 the current bottom. I have a lot of people asking me, Jeb, where's the bottom? Well, if I knew that, I'd go take a $10 million loan out from the bank and do 100x long down there. I don't know with 100% certainty, and neither does anyone else. What we need to see first happen is what we need to see Bitcoin do is come down here and establish some kind of bounce, start a new uptrend in the same way we did over here in the beginning of 2018, where we pulled back down to $6,000, bounced in a very strong way, and defined $6,000 as an important level of support, which would be important for the remainder of the bear market. So what we need to do is we need to see Bitcoin continue to crash or have a bounce, or both. We need to see Bitcoin bounce in some way, shape, or form so that we have some level of support to work with, because there's a lot of long-term uptrends, there's a lot of moving averages and stuff that we can look at for support, but none of those are going to, none of those have been confirmed as being useful at the moment, because they're so far below all the previous market history that we've had here in 2018 that many of them haven't seen a lot of action this year, so we don't know how strong they are. That's my 2 cents on where the bottom is, guys. I will be talking about that a little bit more as the video goes on, of course, but I did want to get that out of the way first and foremost here at the outset of the video. Now let's jump over to CoinMarketCap and do the crypto market recap. As you can see, Bitcoin is trading around $4,483 across all exchanges on average, and that's a very reminiscent price action, because that's the price that Bitcoin was trading a couple months after I got into Bitcoin. I got into Bitcoin when Bitcoin was trading at $2,800, so we're still not down to where I got into the market, but a couple of the altcoins are well and truly down that far, and in fact even below that. The first crypto I ever bought was Litecoin at $41.02. I forget exactly what day it was. It was in 2017. But I did buy some Litecoin at $41.02. So now Litecoin has joined Ethereum as going even lower than it has ever been since I've been in the market, which is an interesting price level, because that means that the potential opportunity that I missed out on at the beginning of the 2017 bull run, I now have the opportunity to rectify. You don't really get an option to do that a lot in the real world, where you have the ability to make up for a mistake that you made in the past. And that is what I love about bear markets. Of course, bull markets are amazing, but the great thing about bear markets is that they see declining prices and allow you to rectify the mistakes of your past self by not buying into the market. You can now buy into the market. I'm not telling you to buy into the market. I'm just saying now prices are so cheap, and some of these altcoins are trading at such tiny prices compared to their all-time high. Ethereum's all-time high is 10 times where it's trading right now. These are very, very low prices, and if you think they're valid prices to be holding on to into the next bull run, you should probably be excited by this and just change from perhaps what you are now. Maybe you're an intraday trader, a day trader, a swing trader, into a long-term investor trying to find a bottom in some of these altcoins, grabbing a bunch of them for the long term, and then investing in them long term. That's what I love about bear markets, guys. One thing that I do also love to see is that XRP is actually doing pretty well right now. It's only down 7%. Now, of course, XRP is down. Of course, pretty much the entire cryptocurrency market is down. We see 4 gainers, 2 of them being stable coins as yesterday. and the rest of the market ain't doing that hot, especially for Bitcoin Cash, but XRP is actually holding quite a bit of its valuation. It's holding its own right now, which I like to see, so good on you guys for the XRP community, and I'm also quite happy to see that personally because I have a lot of my valuation in XRP. Just by chance, I had a big trade going on in XRP before this whole crash happened, so I'm quite happy with that myself. Anyway, Ethereum is well and truly in the number 2 spot. As we can see, Ethereum is really far behind Ethereum is really far behind Ethereum. Ethereum is really far behind XRP. It's down by 15% on the day with a daily trading volume of around $3 billion. Bitcoin's daily volume is around $8 billion and down 15%. One thing I did want to point out is that Bitcoin Cash is down 33% on the day. Guys, we have to look at this chart. Where's my chart? Let's get the chart up. We have to see this because that is a crazy decline for such a massive cryptocurrency like this. Let's look at this. Good Lord. What is happening, Bitcoin Cash? This is just sad. I mean, this is erasing a lot of the price action that happened leading up into the hard fork, and I know there's a big cluster you-know-what going on in the Bitcoin Cash community, so this isn't really a surprise. I've been avoiding that topic if you guys haven't noticed, but Bitcoin Cash has had a major decline in price action over the last couple of days, returning to previous lows back over here in October. That's not really a big deal for Bitcoin Cash since it is coming back to where it was trading literally 2 weeks ago, but at the same time, 33% down on the day ain't that good. That's not really a good look for your cryptocurrency. Anyway, I believe that's all we want to talk about. I do want to point out that market capitalization is now below $150 billion. We've seen Bitcoin's market capitalization far above that alone in the past. Not really a great thing to see, but at the same time, like I said, guys, the wonderful thing about bear markets is that you see declining price action, which gives you the opportunity to buy in low so that you can sell high. We've all seen that chart where it's showing like a bear market and it's talking about the smart money. Then you get the institutional money and the smart money, and then you get the retail investors, and then you have the actual the climax of the bull run. And right now we're getting a lot closer to that area where the smart money is supposed to be coming in. We're getting really close to that, guys. I think the major bottom for Bitcoin for this bear market is probably pretty close. Like I said, I'm not going to call what price level it's at, but based on how quickly Bitcoin is crashing, I would imagine we're going to see a major bottom form in the next month, in the same way we saw a major bottom form over here on February the 6th when Bitcoin ran down to $6,000. I would not be surprised if we saw the main level of support and the main floor of this market established in the next month or so in exactly the same fashion as we saw in 2014 and 2015 actually. Now, you guys know in the past I haven't been a huge fan of comparing this accumulation phase to ours, but now that we've crashed below $6,000, the comparison seems much more valid. And what we saw back over here is that Bitcoin crashed through the analogous level of support. $300 on Bitcoin in 2014 and 15 is analogous to $6,000 today. And within a couple of weeks of crashing below this level, we had established the permanent bottom for the bear market, at least the semi-permanent bottom. We went a few dollars below it later on, around half of what that level was. If we were to extrapolate that analogy out again, that would show Bitcoin going down to $3,000. Now, whether or not Bitcoin's going to go down to $3,000 or not, I'm not totally convinced. We're pretty close to it already. I could see it happening. I would be a little bit surprised. We already talked about that in yesterday's video, though. But that is the one thing I want to talk about, is whether or not this is Bitcoin's final capitulation, indeed in the same way that we saw over here in 2015 2015 in the bear market, because that's what we saw at the tail end of that bear market leading on into an accumulation phase. And if Bitcoin were to follow the exact same trajectory, the exact same trend, if it were to mirror the 2015 accumulation phase exactly, what we would see is that we'd see the permanent bottom come in the next couple of weeks, and then that would be the beginning of the accumulation phase. So what does that mean? If we're going to say that this bear market, the 2018 bear market, is following this bear market down to the T, then what does that mean? Well, that means we're about right here. And what started right here? The accumulation phase started right here. Guys, I've been talking about an accumulation phase for a long time, and a lot of you guys have given me crap because I said that the accumulation phase started a couple of months ago and we didn't go below $6,000. But the fact is, it looks like it's close. I'm not going to say that we're starting the accumulation phase yet, of course, because we haven't seen a bottom set, but perhaps after we see this major bottom set in Bitcoin in the next couple of days, and I do believe it will, considering RSI is at nearly an all-time low, I think we're going to see some kind of bottom be set, and I think that's going to be some kind of bottom that we can all finally agree on and say that's the bottom, because that seems to be what's really healthy about this red candlestick. And I know you guys are going to call me a permabull for saying stuff like this, but in fact what I'm doing is I'm trying to find the silver lining in things and look, I'm trying to find the force, I'm trying to see the forest through the trees and realize what this actually means for the longer term scope of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets. And what I really think this means is that Bitcoin has crashed so low and is going to probably continue crashing over the next couple of days to such a low level that enough people are going to be able to agree, okay, Bitcoin has finally crashed. What are we down? Close to 80% now? Okay, now I'll start buying, because back here when we were above $6,000, what was concerning me and what really appeared to be a big reason why we actually broke $6,000 is because, yes, we had enough people realizing, okay, $6,000 is a good level. I'm going to start buying now to give strength to the bulls, but there were still enough bears that wanted Bitcoin to go even lower that we did eventually break it and get pushed down here when we were asymptotically trading down towards $6,000. That seems to be what happened. But now that we've gone so low, and now that we're going to continue going so low, I think that once we set a proper bottom in motion, I think everyone is going to, or not everyone, but enough people are going to finally be able to agree on what the bottom is so that we can actually move into a new accumulation phase, moving on into a new bull market over the next year or so. Like I said, I'm not calling the bottom yet. I'm not going to say where I think the bottom is. I think that the bottom is probably still below us. I don't think we've necessarily hit the bottom. $4,300, $4,200 seems like a strange level. Normally a major bottom like that would happen around a big even $1,000 divisible number like $6,000, $3,000, $5,000, something like that. So I don't necessarily think that we're out of the woods yet. Anyway, guys, I do want to go ahead and wrap this video up because I think I've already gone ahead and covered everything that we need to talk about. And interestingly enough, you guys are witnessing the screw up with my internet because my internet just went out. If you can see the charts not loading, this is the problem I've been running into. And I don't mind talking about this because we are running into the end of the video. Anyway, guys, tell me in the comment section down below what you think of that analysis. Do you think Bitcoin is going to be setting a bottom in motion in the next 2 weeks or so? And do you think Bitcoin is going to be able to hold that bottom indefinitely? Because one thing I really love to see right now, guys, is in fact that Bitcoin is crashing. A lot of people are getting worried about this. A lot of people are scared, and I completely understand. Believe me, I understand being scared and worried about this market, guys, but you have to look at everything that is a negative as a positive, or at least try to, and find the silver lining in things and realize when something that looks bad on the surface can actually be an amazing opportunity for the long term. Because how do you make money in a market, guys? I have to remind people of this. How do you make money in a market? You buy low and you sell high. If you've already bought high, then okay, sell low if you want to. I wouldn't advise doing that. But the point is that you have to have the market to be low at one point so that you can buy and then sell high. Of course, I'm not taking shorting into this equation, but my point is that if you want to make money by longing the market, if you want to make money by investing in the market, then the market has to go down before it can go up. And when it goes down, there's your opportunity to buy. Like I said, guys, I'm not telling you to go and buy right now. It is not my job to tell you how to operate in this market. I have never told anyone what to buy or what to sell. But what I am telling you is that we are looking at a much better opportunity for buying Bitcoin objectively than we were just a week and a half ago, because Bitcoin is trading at a lower level. It's very, very simple. It's very, very obvious. And I do think that we are going to see Bitcoin go to just amazingly high levels over the next 10 years or so. I think Bitcoin is going to go well and truly above $20,000. And I really do still think Bitcoin is in a very healthy state. Perhaps we're just shaking out the last little bit of FOMO buyers that bought in 2017 that aren't really here and aren't really patient enough to hodl on into the next bull market. Perhaps this is the accumulation phase, or perhaps this is the beginning of the accumulation phase and the capitulation phase that we needed before Bitcoin can finally start entering the next phase of the market. Tell me in the comment section down below if you guys think the bear market is still coming to an end over the next couple of months, or do you think we're going even lower? I've seen people put price targets as low as $460. I think someone said in the comment section yesterday. You know who you are. You can leave a comment and tell people that. Anyway, guys, I am going to have to wrap the video up there. I do hope you enjoyed the video. The 5 new videos for the course will be launching over the next couple of days, the next few days, I should say, not the next couple of days. So watch out for that. That's going to do it for this video, guys, though. If you did enjoy the video, definitely consider dropping a like and hitting that subscribe button. The cryptocurrency space has shrunk a lot, so too has the growth of the channel. But that's perfectly all right, guys. I'm not going anywhere. When the next bull market starts, we're going to have a ton of fun, believe me. Anyway, guys, I think this is the 3rd time I'm saying it. That's going to do it for this video. I do want to thank each and every single one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.